Hello and welcome to a jet race, and we'll be using 3 heavy planes from the Russian Air Force, and we're going to program this using DCS World, which is completely free, and all you have to do is pay for the modules that you want to add on. And we're going to have 3 heavy planes: the MiG-31 Foxhound, which has a top speed at sea level at 1.225, and the Tu-22 Backfire, which has a top speed at sea level of Mach 0.86, and finally the Tu-160 Blackjack, which has a top speed at sea level at 1.06. So place your bets, who's going to win? And here's the map of the race, and it starts in the top left hand corner, and the waypoints are all the same for each of the planes, except after we go past waypoint 2 and it's marked by a small boat, they'll be allowed to go at full throttle, and as they continue on their way they'll pass 2 oil rigs, and that's a marker of some armed boats that they need to get past. And then there'll be some Vulcan anti-aircraft vehicles they need to get past at that headland, and then they'll continue on their way down a nice clean stretch, and there's one more ship marking the final leg of the race, and there's one more Vulcan anti-aircraft vehicle to contend with, and it's the first plane who lands will win. So this will be interesting and a little bit different to what I normally do. So let's get to it. And there's the MiG-31, and the graphics are pretty nice to look at on DCS World. And this is the Tu-22, and it's just alongside this Tu-160. And until they get past the ship, which is about 10 miles ahead, then they'll be allowed to go at full throttle. So at the moment they're programmed to travel at 400 knots. And here's the boat or ship. You can see in the distance behind it the smoke of the planes. So at the moment the Tu-160 Blackjack's in the lead. And the MiG-31's just behind. And there's about 2 miles to go to the first checkpoint. See the ship on the right there, we're going past it, and we'll be going at full throttle any moment now. Here we go. Oh, and the Tu-22's had to increase altitude. It's going to go high to overtake. Now the Tu-22 has a top speed of Mach 1.88 at high altitudes, but the disadvantage is that you'll lose energy if you increase altitude, so that's the drawback. And the MiG-31's going around on the outside, and it looks like the MiG-31 is just edging ahead. Tu-160 Blackjack is just behind now, and we're joined alongside the MiG-31, and this is the Tu-22. Its wings are folded back now to reduce drag. Now we're coming up to the next leg of this race, and it's marked by 2 oil rigs. You can see them just ahead there, and they're guarded by these armed boats, and they'll be taking some pot shots. So let's see. I can see the smoke in the distance, the exhaust of the planes. They're coming past, and the guns are firing. And this boat's going to have a go. Now the Tu-160 Blackjack may have some trouble as it's the slowest plane here. Look behind. The MiG-31's now passing the Vulcan armoured vehicles. This one's aiming. It's not fast enough though. Now the Tu-22 has decided to gain altitude, and the Tu-160 is now coming into the range of these Vulcan anti-aircraft guns. Going to get hit, and it looks like there's some damage to the rear tail fin there. Now the Tu-22 is now diving down. I just heard a sonic boom. It's just broken the sound barrier. Now where's this MiG-31? Has it overtaken it? Oh no, it's just down there. It might be able to just overtake it. We'll have to see. Now the Tu-160 is probably out of the race now. It's really far behind. It's about 7 to 8 miles behind the two there ahead. And the MiG-31 it's just ahead here in this leading pair. Now we're coming up to the final leg, and it's marked by this container ship. These planes will then turn in and land. About 7 miles to go, and what Tu-160 is really high up at the moment. It's probably just trying to limp home now. It's beautiful weather today for a race. It's about 7, just gone past 7 in the morning. And now the MiG-31 is now passing the container ship. And there's a Vulcan cannon over here. Will it have a chance to shoot? No. Completely ignored them. And now this MiG-31's banking to the left. And this Tu-22 can't catch it. It's trying the old technique where it's going to gain altitude to gain some speed. That's what it wants to do. Remember, the waypoints are the same for each of the planes. And this Tu-160 is flying at about 10,000 feet. Meanwhile, this MiG-31 is really hugging close to the ground there. Just over 300 feet off the ground. Going past the telegraph poles. And if I put the labels on, you can see the Tu-22 just can't catch it now. And they're powering down as they're coming close to the airfields. So it looks like the MiG-31 has won this one. Maybe next time we'll have some SAMs to make it a bit more interesting. And that would be a fatal race. Well, that's a surprise for the books. It looks like the Tu-160 Blackjack is landing first, and that would be a technical win by the Tu-160 Blackjack. I guess it's damaged, so it's asked for an emergency landing, and the other two planes have had to go around. Incredible. Well, let's watch this one land. There we go. Fantastic. Next up, the MiG-31 is now coming in to land. And touchdown. Fantastic. This one should have a parachute. There it is. And finally, the Tu-22 is now coming into land. Well, there we have it. First place goes to the Tu-160 Blackjack. Second place, the MiG-31 Foxhound. And third place, the Tu-22 Backfire. Okay, thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye bye.